Hey, good afternoon. It's Smarty Jules, your 10-minute professor, bringing you 30 jewels in 30 days. We're on jewel number 25 today, and the jewel that we're going to talk about is truth. I'm going to be brief here today. I want to first start with acknowledging that today was the funeral for Mr. George Floyd. I want to pause and acknowledge that. It was a worldwide event that was a tragedy to see unfold. It led me to looking at, I told you it was a hard day in social media because we're continuing to see the fallout and the, it's basically, it's the exposure of truth of what is happening and taking place right now. And one thing about truth and what I wanted to talk about is that everybody's not going to arrive at the truth at the same time. Sometimes when truth is told, it's hard for us to accept because we can't hear it. It's not the right time. And sometimes when we're presented with truth, it may not be the right moment, so we can't accept it. And sometimes when we're presented with truth, it may not be in the right context, so we don't even want to believe it. But it doesn't change what is. It just may change our ability to arrive at the same place at the same time. So having said that, I wanted to, because everything that we do on this page is in an effort to make us better individuals. This is personal development where we are peeling back layers of things that we may have kept locked up inside. Maybe it's things that we have put on a shelf and we decided to look away. And I think that what we're seeing right now is a lot of those things playing out. We get so disappointed in people because we have expectations of them that they don't meet. And when sometimes they speak their truth, we'll say that we want it, but really we don't. Because if it's the truth, but it's outside of something that we want to hear, then it becomes upsetting to us. And so as a result, what people start doing is they learn how to tailor their story to fit what is acceptable. Or sometimes they double down on a message just because then they feel backed into a corner. But either way that it goes, everybody has their own truth that they have to get to and they have to tell. And that's one of the foundations of our house that we're building. That's why it's on the roof. And I just wanted to come on here right quick and say to you that everybody has something in their life that they may be dealing with. Some difficult truths that is hard to face and some that is hard to tell and to accept. But I would challenge you to still do the work. Where we are right now as a nation and as a world is at a very pivotal point. I'm not trying to coach anybody up that doesn't want to go. That's not where we are. We're not doing that, okay? But what I'm focused on are the people, and I believe it is enough of us who have the right mindset, who have the right heart set, and who will not look away. We know that there's work that needs to be done because we can't go back. I was told as a little girl that there are no eyes blinder than those that refuse to see. And I don't know if there's people on here that can hear this message today that may not be ready to face and deal with truth of their own situations in their own house or in their own lives. But as a nation, I think that we are ready. As a nation, I think that it's a military plane. I think that it's time. And I just want us to be able to keep the conversation going and not alienate our brothers and sisters that may be at a different place than we are. But at the same time, we can't afford to wait for you to get there. But what we do want to do is to make sure that those of you who are on the same page have arrived at the same place and that you are ready, that we act in love and that we act in compassion, and that we continue to decide that we're ready to do things differently. Telling the truth and being able to live in our truth and face it, those are things that are not easy. There's this book that was written, and in one of the things in it, it says that we have to look at every situation and see what part has our DNA on it. And sometimes that may be the hardest things for us to do. But my ask for this video is for you to examine yourself. I examine myself and see and make sure that every day I'm doing my part to get to the truth of the matter and make a difference in this world so that it can finally be a place where we can all feel that we belong. I'm Smarty Jules, your 10-minute professor, bringing you 30 jewels in 30 days. We're on jewel number 25 today. We're putting on our roof.